Joe's fuel card never appeared on that familiar road again.
Finn felt a twinge of loss.
He seemed to be returned to a time of loneliness, sitting quietly alone in the usual spot, gazing at the distant train approaching, wandering alone along the railway, feeling the gentle breeze. Yet deep down, he felt something was missing. It was an indescribable emptiness and loneliness. One day, Finn went shopping at the supermarket. He overheard Ollie with the shop owner. Ollie was buying some everyday items
and hoped the owner can deliver.
Yet the owner seems uneasy. "I can, but the delivery person will arrive in a few hours." "Okay, goodbye." "Excuse me. I can deliver it to Ollie." "Why?" "She's a friend, and I'm passing by." So Finn plays the delivery guy. He hopes to clarify things now, but when Ollie sees him, she shows no expression, as if they had never crossed paths. Facing Finn's questions, Ollie also avoids the topic. She doesn't want to say more. She grabs the items and shuts the door, completely shut Finn out. But Finn doesn't give up. Determined, he arrives at Ollie's door. He pauses, vowing not to leave until he sees Ollie, the guy who used to love being alone. Now he's getting more proactive. A few days pass. Finn finally spots Ollie on the balcony. At this moment, Ollie talks with her ex. Her tone burns with anger and discontent. Finn gathers his courage and approaches, wanting to learn more. However, to his surprise, Ollie's attitude has changed completely. "Olivia, get away! Are you okay? I don't want to see you. Just go away. Please just let me be. I'm not your girlfriend or your mom. Got it?" "I know. Are you alright? You're not a kid. Just get lost. Don't bother me." Ollie angrily slammed the door behind her. Finn was left confused and puzzled. Night fell. He went to the tavern alone to drown his sorrows,
hoping to forget the complex thoughts.
but all eyes were on him.
Some sneered, others questioned.
At first, Finn drowned in the intoxication. He ignored the strange looks. But after a few rounds of drinks, the alcohol's effect and the pressure inside became unbearable.
He suddenly smashed his glass.
The sharp shattering echoed in the tavern. Then he stood on a chair and began to shout. He seemed to unleash all his dissatisfaction and anger. He meant to give those who looked at him with disdain a taste of his feelings. "Look at me properly!" But the people around remained indifferent.
Despite his desperate struggle, he couldn't escape the cold
gazes that could shatter his soul.
In fact,
there are those who can understand Finn's heart,
but under public scrutiny,
they unwillingly joined the ranks of the mockers. On the late-night path home, Finn continued along the railway, yet he stumbled and fell over a stone.
At that moment, a train sped his way.
The headlights gradually lit up his face. Unexpectedly, Finn actually smiled. His smile was bright and relieved. Faced with impending danger, he had no intention of hiding. He seemed to long for release. However, when the morning sun shone down the next day, Finn awoke unharmed.
But the crushed pocket watch nearby reminded him
that all last night was real. Since even death would not take him in, what else is there to fear? With renewed courage, Finn returned to Ollie's home. He was shocked to find Ollie lying on the floor, unconscious from an overdose. Ollie's ex had always kept this from her.
He had a child out there.
Her ex claimed he had moved past his shadows, hoping to reconcile with Ollie and co-parent the kid, but he just couldn't get it. Nor could he grasp the deep pain and struggle within Ollie's heart. Finn helped the weak Ollie out, but Ollie clung to him, bursting into tears. I just want Sam back. I just want him." Then Finn quickly took the weak Ollie to the hospital.
While she was in the hospital, he thoughtfully cleaned her house until it sparkled.
While tidying up the room,
Finn accidentally found a phone number.
It was left by Joe at the last gathering. Finn always wanted to say sorry to Joe, but he couldn't reach him. So he gathered his courage and dialed the phone number. On the other end, Joe heard Finn's voice. The stubbornness and estrangement in his heart seemed to fade at that moment. In the end, Joe chose to let go. He drove with Finn to the hospital. At night, the three once lonely souls gathered again. They sat in Ollie's living room chairs. No one said the word sorry, but in such a warm atmosphere that outweighed made up. They chatted about everyday life as usual, caring about each other's updates. It feels like nothing has changed, and yet everything feels refreshed. It makes them cherish their friendship even more. Later, Finn no longer remained isolated. He accepted the little girl who scared him early on. He chose to drop his worries and befriend her. Fortunately, both of them were kind. Finn was a short dwarf. His height matched that of an average child. had already etched hardships on his face. What he bore was more than just physical uniqueness, it was more about the injustices of this world and the weight of others' bias. The deformity God gave him made him remain closed off and melancholy into adulthood.
His heart was constantly filled with emptiness.
He felt like a forgotten soul on the edge of the world, silently living in his own inner world. He could have chosen to live a mundane life, with loneliness and solitude as his eternal companions, keeping his heart's door tightly shut, burying his emotions deep inside. But thankfully,
He met two close friends. Their story is short and simple to tell. In 4 words, it's a moment of acquaintance, adorned with the warmth of connection. It made one feel sincerity and strength.
in this world, there are all sorts of people. If we're fortunate to become friends, please believe it's not just fate's design.
But because we were meant to be friends,
Is enough to surpass countless acquaintances. The bond between friends is loveliest when it enhances the beauty. Its value lies in helping during tough times. Good friends are like a fine tea, mild, not harsh, fragrant, not strong. Perhaps in the adult world, I still believe everyone can find in the vast crowd
that one heart-to-heart friend. Even if sometimes we must part for various reasons,
and we feel reluctant and parting, they will forever remain in our hearts. Maybe by then we'll truly know. It's time to drink another cup, my friend. Missing friends as we leave the western gate. If we truly cannot meet again, please remember what I told you. Green hills share rain and moon, not two lands. No matter where you are, just be well. That is my sunny day, cause no matter what happens,
I will always wish you happiness.